their loved ones taken away. Those families who had nothing, those who had come to House of God to make food for the congregation, anybody who was coming there, to feed them, nourish them. That is the Sikh tradition. So once we conclude this part of our gathering here, we would request everyone to please partake our langar, which is being prepared downstairs or which has already been prepared. Since we are running out of time, Ravi Singh to introduce our next guest, and then I'll come back and we'll introduce the next guest. Ravi Singh.
We have a lot of representatives here from our government, state, federal, local. Our police department is here. We are very, very appreciative of everyone who has joined us in this movement. I'm going to first have Elizabeth Hines from Governor's office. Please come and share remarks from Governor O'Malley.
Thank you so much. And Dr. Rajwant Singh, I really appreciate you letting me come and speak on behalf of Governor O'Malley. And I'd also like to recognize Jessie Singh in the audience and Delegate Aruna Miller. I know she's here too. But the governor has prepared some remarks for me to share with you, and I just want to do that really quickly.
Be here as you are to remind the world that hate, violence, and cruelty have no place in the world, and it has no place in our hearts. And we must come together and show love towards our fellow man and our fellow woman, and remind the world that this will not be what we tolerate. And there's a better world ahead of us, and we keep striving and praying and working towards that.
It is with profound sadness that I stand here and share and reflect the terrible tragedy that happened on August 5th at the Oak Creek Gurdwara. 6 lives were taken instantly, but the pain and suffering of the victims' family and friends will last a lifetime. But let our faith guide us, remind us, and reflect that lightness will always overcome darkness eternally. Let us not focus on the horrific acts of a mad man, but instead let us rejoice about the heroic actions.
What happened Sunday was not a Sikh tragedy. It was not just a South Asian American tragedy. This was an American tragedy. If you look around, just look around this parking lot, what I see are Americans, and I see people who have the Sikh faith, Hindus, Christians, Jews, and many more. And we've come together, and Muslims, and we all come together because this makes all of our hearts ache. And we must ask now, how do we go forward? What is the future after an event like this?
Rabbi Luxemburg, who is the leader of the Jewish community and has played a key role in bringing people together. I know him from the Interfaith Conference of Metropolitan Washington. We have worked together to bring understanding among different faiths in this region. So Rabbi Luxemburg has played a very key role in creating love in the society.
Good evening. Besides myself, there are other important leaders of our local Jewish community present. And I'd like to invite them to join me here. Ron Halber is the director of the Jewish Community Relations Council of Greater Washington, representing over 200 different Jewish community organizations and synagogues. And I do believe I saw at least a few of my own rabbinic colleagues present, and I'd like to invite them to join me, including Rabbi Feshbach, who I know is here, and any others who might be present. Would you come forward, please? Sympathies and condolence on this sad but yet inspiring evening. A sage of our tradition said that there are 3 ways to mourn. and those who have been together in solidarity with the Sikh community have experienced all three tonight. He said the first is to cry out. The second is to fall into silence. And the third is to turn sorrow into song. We have heard the voice of sorrow turn to song this evening. And we have heard the cry of the hearts of those who have been harmed, not only physically, but emotionally and spiritually, across our community by this heinous act of violence. And we have shared together moments of silence